Welcome to Subscription Prescription, the podcast where you get the information you need to scale your subscription program. Okay, I am with Paul Chambers, one of the founders of the SubSummit conference. So I'm going to ask everybody, what's a tactic you're hearing people talk about that's either being underleveraged or that brands really need to be thinking about to improve their subscription?
So something that's way overhyped that I think is probably going to go away next year is AI. I don't think it's here to stay. It's just like the internet was 20 years ago. No, I hear a lot of people talk about SMS. Still continues to be underrated, still continues to be something I think that brands aren't paying enough attention to. We have a saying, and some of the other organizations I work with and talk to is send emails, make money. I think it's send text messages, make more money. That's a channel that really is totally underleveraged and not utilized.
What would you say to brands that are worried about that being like a churn touch point? Like if they're sending SMS messages, it's a really easy way to reminding people.
Focus on your product then. If you're not delivering the right product and the right experience and you're worried about people churning, then that's the opportunity to find ways to improve that.
I think that's great advice. Thanks, Paul. Have a great rest of the show.
Thanks for being here.
With Brian McDonald, the head of e-com at Almost Pride. Brian, I'm asking everybody, what is a tactic you're seeing that is not being utilized enough, something that's working for your brand on either acquisition or retention for subscribers?
Yes. The biggest thing that we started about a few months ago was diving into a more detailed post-purchase survey and utilizing those answers strategically in order for us to go after a new set of acquisition, either promotions or paid media creative that we weren't utilizing before, right? So a good example is, what was the barrier that held you? This is just me talking. That's not what it actually says, but what made you cross the barrier and purchase from Almost Pride, right? And we'll take those top answers now and go after a new promotional acquisition strategy, or now that helps us mold the creative that we're pushing out there because we're taking feedback and utilizing that in that.
I love that. What tool are you guys using for that?
So right now we're using Grapevine.
Okay, I'm with Vanessa Lopez, the VP of Customer Experience at Recharge. Vanessa, how's the show been for you so far?
It's been great. It's so great to meet with merchants that are looking to enter subscriptions as well as our existing merchants who are so glad to have us on the platform.
Fantastic. So I'm asking everybody, what is one tactic you're seeing that is not being leveraged enough by subscription brands, either acquire or retain subscribers better?
I mean, really, I think everything on the acquisition side, there's a lot of brands are thinking about how do we push more one-time buyers to subscribers, but really along that entire customer journey from the PDP to the cart to the checkout, there's so much more that they can be doing to push that lifetime journey around subscriptions. And there's so many tools that Recharge now offers natively out of the box. I think there's so many that are doing it with all these disparate tools, but that also means their data is all over the place. So bringing that all together, unified on Recharge, I think is a missing piece to really driving your acquisition strategy.
It's something if you can just very simply offer somebody who adds the product as a one-time, suggest the subscription offer in the cart or a checkout can be really profound for improving your attach rates, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But thanks. Have a great rest of your show.
Thanks, Matt.
Okay, I am with Gina Pirelli, the founder of Stay AI. Gina, how's the show been so far?
It's great. It's great. I love the show.
I love running into you at events, and I would love to pick your brain on two quick questions for subscription brands.
Okay.
What's something that you're seeing is under-leveraged by subscription brands and something that you think is a little overhyped or that brands are fixating on and shouldn't be?
Okay, love a hot take. My hot take on under-leveraged is like just focusing on dunning and failed payments. I think like most brands don't realize they just don't either look at the analytics or they don't see that they're probably losing anywhere from like 8 to 15% of first-time charges fail.
Yeah, they're just gone.
It's
money's just gone.
Gone. And like there's a lot that you can do to recover those. There are different tools out there. With Stay, you've got smart dunning, so we take care of it for you. But like it's something that people should absolutely be focused on. And then overhyped. I get this question a lot, and it is my least favorite feature request. And like, we are not ever going to build this. And so sorry if you've asked for this, but people are like, can we get the subscription to be cheaper every month?
Wait, what do you mean cheaper?
Like they want it to start where it's like $30 and then like it's $28 and then it's $26 and like that will help with retention. I'm like, no, that will erode margins for your top customers.
That's nuts. I love that you brought that up. Okay, here.
No, so we're not building that.
Don't be doing that. People, they don't need that for an experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you so much, Gina. Hey, I am with Bryce Douglas, one of the co-founders of Zaymo, one of my favorite tools that you've heard talk about all the time. Bryce, what is something you've seen working in email for a lot of the brands that you're working with right now?
Well, I think most brands are probably scared to communicate with their customers. So the first thing is thinking about the way that you should talk to them instead of just leaving them alone so they don't churn. So the customers that perform the best are the ones who are going out there and thinking about how do we educate them, how do we give them access to the actions that they want to take, and how do we proactively teach them how to get value to the product instead of just be scared of talking to them in the first place.
I love that. So thinking through the strategy of how you're talking to your subscribers.
Absolutely.
And so you're seeing like when people are able to do that, and that is something that we've run into as well, right? When you're not doing that, it's really hard to leverage upsells and some of these other things that are really, really powerful for subscriptions, which is obviously what your tech does. So you get the strategy down right, and then leveraging a tool like yours makes a lot more sense, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I love that. That's great advice, man. Thank you. With Josh Band, the founder of Plate Crate, CEO of Plate Crate. Josh, how's the show going for you so far?
So it's great. Love SubSummit. Great people here. Learning a ton.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So Plate Crate, what are you seeing work for you guys or in the subscription space? What's a tactic that's either helping people acquire subscribers or retain subscribers?
Yeah, so we have a good content flywheel. So we like to get our products out. We like to ask for user-generated content. We put that into ads, and then we basically just put different iterations on it. So we'll test 5 or 10 ads at a time, test different hooks, test different middle parts and end parts, and then we'll just kind of Frankenstein them together. So it's a really iterative process. And then whatever we find works, we ask our customers to give us more of that content. So we have this flywheel that's going for content that's proven successful for us and helps us iterate really quick and have good CACs.
I love that. That is brilliant. That's great. Thanks, man. I hope you have a great rest of your show.
Thanks.
I am live with Christy Dixie from Garden Cup. Christy, how's the show going for you so far?
It has been so much fun, Matt. I've just enjoyed being around so many wonderful subscription brands and so many wonderful agencies within the subscription space. It's just wonderful.
Awesome. So Garden Cup, with Garden Cup or what you're seeing in the subscription space, what's something that is working to help you guys acquire more subscribers or keep subscribers longer?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think one of the biggest tools that we have used that's just had such a tremendous effect on our customer experience and retention across the board is use of this group called Next Time and what they're able to do. So we use Recharge Shopify as our tech stack, and anybody who uses any of those kind of platforms knows that the only thing surfaced to the customer is either when their order is going to ship or when the order is going to charge in the customer portal. Next Time is actually able to surface delivery dates to the customer, which would appear in a meal subscription like Garden Cup. That is the most important thing to a customer, is knowing when their order is going to arrive, not when it's going to process, not when it's going to ship. They want to know when that's going to be at their door.
Right.
So that has been, without a doubt, the biggest and most amazing thing that we brought on board and that I think everybody else is overlooking. If you haven't gotten hip to it, you got to.
That makes sense. When you know when your order's coming, you're going to be a lot happier with being there for the delivery, especially with something perishable.
Absolutely.
Great. Awesome. Chrissy, thanks so much and have a great rest of your show.
Thanks. Cheers.
Okay, I'm with Lydia Farmer from Dime Beauty. Lydia, I want you to share with everybody here, what is one tactic that you're seeing just absolutely work for your subscription program?
Totally. Something we've seen at Dime is using loyalty for subscription reminders and billing reminders. Recently, we added their subscription or their loyalty points to the reminder saying, hey, you have this many points, you can get $10 off your next order. And we've seen the ROI of that flow just go up, and retention in general. They just stick around longer.
I love it. So making sure people know they have loyalty points, communicating that to them helps improve retention.
For sure.
Thanks. Have a great rest of your show.
Thanks, Matt.
Okay, I'm with Thomas Lawless from The Art of Ecom. This is a retention pro right here talking with me. Thomas, how's the show going for you so far?
It's going pretty great. Amazing people, great vibes. Love it.
So what is a tactic you're seeing work really, really well, either for subscriber acquisition or retention right now?
Yeah, I would say it's more like a strategy. When somebody buys for the first time, it doesn't mean that they're ready to commit and be subscribed forever or buy again from you. So it's all about, even before the delivery, providing value up front so you can make them feel safe that the order is about to arrive, or that they're getting additional value that was unadvertised. So this way, you just lower any objections they have and they're less likely to cancel right away. This is a big hurdle for a lot of brands, and providing value up front just mitigates that risk.
I love that, because it's so easy to try to upsell somebody right away instead of necessarily...
It's just the wrong way to go, like people are not ready to buy right away, so just make them feel calm and safe that they're in the right hands.
That's perfect. Great. Thanks, Thomas.
Okay, I'm here with Andrew Winter. Andrew is from True Classic, head of the retention and lifecycle marketing. Hey, I'm asking everybody the same question. What is a tactic that you're leveraging or you're seeing work right now to better acquire or retain subscribers?
Yeah, for us, it's store credit. It's you're coming, you're buying one thing from us. How do we get you to be more likely to buy your second purchase? And the 20% cashback store credit is really like the incentive that's driving most of that behavior.
I love that.
Okay, I am with Savannah Thompson, the co-founder of My Volleyball Box, My Dance Box, My Cheer Box. Hey, so a question I'm asking everybody here is, what is a tactic that you're seeing work for either better subscriber acquisition or retention?
I think for us right now, retention, I think we have such a loyal customer base when it comes to our cheer and dance brands, volleyball too, but the cheer and dance brands, the younger community, we have a what we call our ambassador chat, and our team does a great job of creating personal communication with these younger athletes every single day. And we have our head of cheer, Daniela, who she really is able to relate with these girls and create those unique conversations where if we need a content video of them of doing a cartwheel and holding up my cheerleading box, we can send that into our ambassador group chat. We'll get 10 videos within like the first hour, which is just great UGC. The girls love collabing together on videos. So being able to create that community is just something, it's honestly probably what the girls most enjoy, is kind of the community, and honestly the box is almost a second thought for them, which I think is a really unique model, and it keeps things fun and interesting.
Who knows, you launched a subscription box and end up building a community out of it.
Yeah, it's been so great and created a world. I knew nothing about the cheer community, and it's been so fun to learn and kind of see it grow and become something I didn't know was even, available for us in the cheer world.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much and have a great rest of your conference.
Thanks so much.
With John Roman, the co-founder and CEO of BattleBox. John, how's the show been for you so far?
It's been great. It's always one of my favorite conferences. It's so good to see all of the peers in the industry, friends like Matt.
Yeah, no, I love it too. So, asking everybody, what is a tactic that you're seeing either work on the acquisition or retention side of subscriptions?
Sure. So I've been talking about this little retention play a little bit, and I've seen a lot of people do it now and it work. So go into your cohort waterfall where you can see each monthly member cohort, and you can see the waterfall of churn, and look for anomalies, like where churn looks a little bit worse than it should be. For most subscription brands, there's normally something there, like after the second charge or the third charge or the fourth charge, fifth charge, normally in there. And what you want to do is you want to identify what month you see that little bad uptick on churn, and you want to create a flow beforehand, just pure surprise and delight, maybe a discount, maybe a physical product sent out, of low cost, high value, or just a email, a touch, a text, some sort of additional touch, just giving them warm and fuzzy, surprising and delighting. For BattleBox, what we do is we just give a proactive $10 off their next renewal. It's already scheduled. They don't have to do anything.
Right.
We're just letting them know we're going to give them a $10 off it. Just cause.
And that helps address that spike in churn you have in that month.
Exactly. Yeah, it normalizes and flattens it out.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks a lot, man. Have a great rest of your show.
You too.
Hey, I'm with Jay Myers, the founder of Bold Commerce. So I want to ask you, because I know you've been in this space for a really long time, what is a tactic that you think is either underused by subscription brands or something that they need to be doing to help with acquiring or retaining subscribers better?
Okay, so Matt gave me 1 minute notice on this, and I had something right ready to go on the underused one. This is close to my heart, is onboarding. Really, really underused. I subscribe to tons of stuff, and the onboarding experience 99% of the time is very subpar, and there's a huge opportunity to stand out as a subscription brand with really good onboarding. And when I say really good onboarding, what I mean is when someone subscribes to your product, like you don't really have a subscriber. I always say you have a lead. They're trying your product.
Right.
They're not committing. The thought process in their head is, I'll give this a try. I'll see if I like it, and then I'll stick around. And when they hit subscribe, they have this level of excitement where you can send them probably 3 emails that first day. You could send them an email the second day, subscribe, 2 hours later, 4 hours later, talking about your brand, educating them on like the process, how you make the products, how they're ethically sourced, about your company, and they're not going to hit spam. You send them 3 emails on day 7 and they're going to hit spam. But day 1, you can really hit them with it. And then every single day until they get that product, you should be building up the excitement, educating them on the product so that when they open it, they're ready. Like they're ready. And so I would say 9 out of 10 brands I subscribe to, the onboarding experience is I get 1, maybe 2 emails, huge money left on the table. So that's definitely something that's underutilized that doesn't actually cost any more money to do because everyone is using some email software that they can do. They just got to set up those.
Put some time in to get it done right.
Set up the automations, yeah. And actually I was talking to the CEO of OmniSend last week, and 2% of emails sent through the OmniSend platform are automations, but yet they make up 40% of all revenue generated through the platform.
I am here with Andrei Rebrov, the co-founder of Scentbird and co-founder of Finzy.
Yes.
Andrei, you've been in the space a really long time. I would love for you to share something you're seeing as an under-leveraged opportunity for subscription brands, as well as anything you think that maybe is a little overhyped or that they shouldn't be worrying about. You can answer both or either one.
Sure. In terms of opportunity, I would say the subscription management should be easier these days. There have been a lot of talks that you should be able to manage your subscription by text messages or something like this, especially if you are in supplement space. You don't want to have this. Every 28 days you get a package because I have a lot of supplements. Sometimes I forget to take one. Sometimes I want it every 28 days. Sometimes every 25 days. So being more flexible in this area would be nice. In terms of overhyped, let me see. I would say AI is both overhyped and underused because people just chase every shiny thing out there, not necessarily doing the last 20% of making it actually useful and usable.
No, I love that. So you heard it here from Andrei. You need to make subscription management easier. And when it comes to AI, don't buy into all of the hype. Focus on what's going to actually work for your subscribers. Andrei, thanks a lot, man.
You're welcome.
That's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe so that you can get notified when new episodes come out each week on Tuesdays.